most of the so-called advisors or experienced individuals that talk about making agreements with contractors will say get everything in writing. I'm going to tell you a situation or two that you really don't want in writing. Stay tuned. Salud, que la que hay, mi gente. Rico.toro. Yeah. Just out in these streets. I got a pizza from Osteria. Same place I ate in the other day, in the other video. This time I had it delivered to me out here at Kathy's Bar on this corner here. So yeah, a lot of ducks, chickens, birds, seagulls, mangoes, sand cranes. That's a bird too. I just named a lot of birds. Parrots, penguins, all that gravy. So, see, I think a lot of guys got it wrong, thinking that always when it's, you know, the best time to travel, let's face it, you know, is when we have a 3-day holiday weekend. But, you know, a lot of times that just means that a lot of other guys are traveling. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, the ladies are traveling from Santiago, Santo Domingo, and points far and few in between. It just means that you might see more dudes in town. That's really all it means. So what does that mean? It means the event planners and those doing things, you know, I mean, you know, camaraderie is great. It's a whole lot of camaraderie. Check out those lenses. Mira los lentes. Fresh in a barbershop too, yeah. So it just means that you're gonna have a lot of homies, be able to network a little bit, make some new friends, and all that's good gravy. But, you know, you're not gonna find mass abundance of ass attendance. That's a good phrase, mass abundance of ass attendance. Bolero on the beach. A real official spot. Got the caves on. Nice little ambiance. Good menu. Yeah. How's the old adage go? A fool and his money will soon be parted. Well, you're about to get a gem here. So, I'm walking up from the beach. An associate I run into. He's here long term a lot. And, you know, I have reason to believe he knows what he's doing and talking about in this particular situation. So, sometimes, it's not just Dominicans, but it's also gringos sometimes that live here or are here long term. They play the role of middlemen, chulos, papi chulos, dan caragina la lina mira, okay? A lot of roles. So, he's telling me about a scenario. This woman that stays with him sometimes 2-3 days at a time. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but that's thunder. That's just straight raw Caribbean storm thunder. So I'm not going to edit that out because I like the background, just nature, natural, raw, organic noise. So speaking of raw, so sometimes you got guys that find themselves in the middle of situations with women that they deal with, whether it be for our connections or whatever, or maybe our benefit makes it worthwhile for us to use our connections for the benefit. I'm not in the matchmaking business personally, because I don't want either party pointing the finger at me when something goes wrong, or either party's not happy putting me to blame. So that's not my business. That's not what I do. But this particular associate of mine was saying how there's this frat brother of a well-known, one of the bigger black fraternities, expat in Puerto Plata, you know, and he's reaching out to him to connect him to a contractor, and they're going back and forth, and they got some dialogue, some finances and stuff in order, and some of the stuff, I'm not getting into details, some of the stuff that the guy wanted to do was just like nothing. If I was that dude, there's nothing that I'd want to share with another dude that I want to do to a contractor, and definitely not something I want to have in writing. And then there was an irresponsible request over the difference of 1,000 pesos, so we're talking like $18 more that they'd be willing to shell out, you know, to be a little irresponsible. And you know, he explained word for word for me what it was that the gentleman, I use that term loosely, was looking for. And so this is kind of, these are things where I would say, like I say, you do want the basics, any contractual agreement, you want it in writing. But there are some things that do not behoove you to have in writing. You know, you guys may have seen, like, sometimes these girls post a WhatsApp status that's a screenshot of, like, conversations they've had with other guys and stuff. Most of the time you don't understand them because they're in Spanish, and if you blink, you miss it. But often it's them sharing. Wow, thunder's crazy. Often it's them sharing, like, this with, they've already shared it with their homegirls, you know, with potential chulos, with like half of their barrio or campo, you know, long before they're even sharing it public, just to get a little he. These freaking gringos are, you know, are freaking loco, you know, and disgusting and this and that. So that's why I say there is a line there must be drawn to what you do want to put in writing. Sometimes there are some things that you just have to get as many details as you can in writing, the basics. But there's some things that are closed door conversation between you and the party involved. I'm just saying, because otherwise your business can be put out there as being that like dirty, creepy, disgusting ass dude, willing to give the moon, the stars, the sun, the rain, give the whole store away, you know, for some acts, you know, and etc. I mean, I guess if you're hardly ever here, it don't matter. But in this case, there's somebody that lives here, or people that may live here or be here long term. So, just the words of the wise. Yes, almost is a keyword. Almost everything in writing, but not every damn thing. Not every damn thing. Some things are supposed to be between the participating parties, closed door agreement conversation. Coming into a dark alley. Give y'all a little history lesson. See how things may or may have not changed. Let's see. All right. Europa over there. Damn, a lot of water here. In the hood now, baby. 24 years ago. So about 10 years ago, first time a chick ever cooked for me and her spot was up here. Just kind of taking y'all through it. See how it goes. Hola, ¿qué tal? Hola, ¿qué tal? Amigo. Habla con la gente un segundo. Hola. Poco de historia. ¿Tú dueño aquí? Sí. Tú no en video. 10 años pasados, primera vez una chica cocina para mí en este edificio. Ah, ya. Sí, yo video ya, tú no. So yo curioso de chequear el edificio por este tiempo. Y que yo también primera vez, boom, boom, en chica casa. Me recuerdo de acá, de mi casa. Ok, so este edificio es muy interesante para mí y historia. ¿Entiendes? Ya. Ok. Si te gusta este, te lo vendo este también. Ok. Sí, es grande. Ok. Y yo recuerdo, jefe puerta, todo fuerte con eso, con seguridad. Sí. Sí, yo recuerdo. Tú tienes perro ya está bien. Sí. See the boss's door. Only one with the gate. Only one with the gate. Don't expect too many lights and stuff up here. Yeah, a lot of look like they got some construction stuff going on up here. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe it was this door. Anyways, first place I smashed a chick on her turf. This always fascinated me though, like this little courtyard. It's like part of a movie where you could just imagine like a shootout scene and somebody getting tossed over the top. Maybe that did happen. I don't know. But so there we go. A little history, a little Sosua history, rico.toro style. And there, not gonna say nothing derogatory like I usually do about this street, but the street in front of Europa. kind of like a war zone up in here. Man, my shoes gonna smell like bad sewage for like a month now after walking through that shit. So right here, basically, you come down into where Four Roses meets Natalie's bar. See? Y'all don't get that rooftop view too much of these things. Not that you're missing much. I'm just saying. Coming down out of a dark alley. Shoot. Saru. Today, Chinola and Extra Viejo. Keeping the class.
You know, last night I was at the bar here on the street.
Rainy day at the beach. Well, it started off sunny. We enjoyed some of that sunshine, salt water, some of that nature.
10 minutes later, he says you gotta go.
So yeah. Oh shit.
Peanuts?
Chair was breaking underneath me. 110 on the beach. Valero right there. They got really good tacos. They got good tacos and wings and things. Next to it, right there, like 106 in Malibu, they're showing a soccer game. It's Italy versus England. You got some of those British hooligans in there taking it serious. And then, you know, it's the beach, family day. Yeah, 110 on the beach.
What plans I have to do?
That shit shocked me. Like, Ron told me this morning, they was for a blowout. I was like, yo, this is crazy. $2 for a blowout in DC area. I can only imagine what it costs in other fucking areas.
In New Jersey, I learned that Dominican tubing was like $20 because my ex in New Jersey owned a salon, and she was like, these Dominicans are cutting our prices, like in Newark and other areas, because my neighbors were American, but they would go to the Dominican salon and balling in a Hummer, the rental. I learned that though.